Worker A received a sudden request for an incidental job and was assigned to transport a load. Other workers at the plant were not informed about the incidental job. Worker A, because the job was being done at a time when there were usually no other workers around, began to accelerate forward instead of driving the forklift in reverse. Assuming there were no workers in the area, Worker A continued to drive the forklift with the load blocking his field of vision. And at that moment, a worker that happened to be walking in the area was struck by the forklift. When a large load is stacked, forklift driving is done in reverse. Worker A, operating the forklift, observed this rule and was driving in reverse. Worker A saw Worker B, who was walking along a narrow path that formed a T intersection with the forklift's path. Worker A stopped the forklift and alerted Worker B in a loud voice. Worker B answered the warning and raised his hand as he walked past the forklift path. Worker A, thinking that Worker B had continued walking further down the path, began driving in reverse again. Worker A then turned around the corner of the T intersection. And at that moment, in reality, Worker B had not continued walking down the path. Worker B had bent over at the corner of the T intersection to inspect some boxes. A worker, in this video a bear, is standing at a position 4 meters in front of a forklift. In this position, the bear can be seen by the forklift driver. However, if the bear moves this way, he is now in a position that is hidden by the mast and cannot be seen. In the same way, the bear also cannot be seen on the right side. These are the mast blind spots. Now let's see the bear walk towards the masts from the same position. At this position, the bear is hidden in the mast blind spot and cannot be seen at all from the forklift driver's seat. The bear can finally be seen once it reaches this position. This means that workers who are walking from the direction of a mast are hidden and cannot be detected until they are right in front of the forklift. The mast blind spot areas from the driver's seat are as shown in this diagram. The forklift driver's seat is on the left side of the forklift, so the field of vision on the right side is especially poor. Therefore, the following type of situation can easily occur. Next, how about when there is a stacked load? With a load stacked like this, the front area is almost entirely not visible. Let's see the bear walk one more time in front of the forklift. Can you see the problem? When there is a stacked load, the possibility of the following type of situation occurring is high. Furthermore, blind spots can also easily occur when the forklift is being driven in reverse because the operator is driving the forklift with their body twisted. Therefore, both workers who are walking and forklift drivers should be aware that, even when the driver is not looking away, there are areas that are difficult to see from the driver's seat. This is a very important point. In addition, forklift drivers should drive carefully to ensure safety in any type of situation. At the same time, workers who are walking should not assume that forklift drivers can see them. This is a very important point for preventing accidents. As worker A drove to pick up a load, he noticed worker B checking one of two loads lined up next to each other. Worker A, because he only wanted to pick up the load nearest to him, attempted to go ahead and pick up the load by inserting the ends of the fork into the pallet. And at that moment, the load on the backside collapsed, and worker B, who was inspecting the load, was crushed under it. When picking up a load that is arranged front to back, make sure to confirm the safety of the area around the load. If there are workers in the area, have them move to a safe area. Also, pull out the pallet on the front side so that the ends of the forks do not touch the pallet on the back side. After pulling the pallet out, insert the forks again properly. When rearranging a load, first lower the forks, securely apply the parking brake, and stop the engine. Be sure to do this in order to prevent the forklift from suddenly moving. Next, leave the driver's seat and move to the front of the forklift to rearrange the load. Also, it is important to make sure that the load is not leaning in one direction. First, the width of the forks is too narrow, or the load is leaning in one direction. In this state, loads are very unstable and can collapse due to minor impact. Second, driving is performed without the masts being tilted back properly. Failure to do so can cause the pallet or load to fall in situations such as when the brake is applied. Additionally, not properly observing load stacking procedures and lifting up the load while driving in order to complete two tasks at one time is also dangerous. In this situation, the center of gravity is high, and driving has to be done with the load in an unstable state. Also, the raised load will obstruct the worker's front field of vision, and this may cause the driver not to see other workers. Worker A, while moving with a stacked load, realized that the load was in danger of collapsing. He then stopped the forklift and extended their body out from the driver's seat in order to rearrange the load. And at that moment, Worker A caught their foot on the tilt bar, and this caused the mast to tilt back. First, the driver is sticking their hands out from between the masts. This is extremely dangerous. If a part of the driver's body touches the lift bar due to momentum, the forks will be lowered, and this will increase in a serious accident involving the driver's arm getting caught under the masts. Worker A, in order to get a load that was on the upper part of the rack, was lifted up while standing on top of a pallet. The forklift operator, after confirming that Worker A had transferred the load, started to lower the pallet. And at that moment, a pallet that was sticking out jolted the pallet on the forklift, and this caused Worker A to lose his balance. Worker A did not have the proper qualification for operating a forklift. However, because the driver who regularly operated the forklift was absent, Worker A decided to drive the forklift himself. Worker A quickly got used to driving the forklift and began to increase the speed. In order to set down a pallet, Worker A suddenly turned the steering wheel without slowing down. And at that moment, the forklift tipped over. If Worker A had slowed down sufficiently, this accident would not have happened.